DSV, how's it going, man? How you doing? Justin, how's it going? How was the end of Volume 2? Watching some Balatro gameplay. I was just playing Balatro not too long ago. Nightwalker, how's it going? The end of Volume 2 was good. In my opinion, it was not nearly as good as the end of Volume 1. I don't think that's... I wouldn't guess that would be a very hot take if I had to say. The Volume 2 as a whole was obviously a lot better than Volume 1. Partially because, you know, Volume 1 had to do a lot more of the front end lifting. And Volume 2 was obviously a lot longer, so that feels normal. But the ending of Volume 2 was not nearly as good as Volume 1. Volume 1 I was so taken aback. Fuck. I don't know if you guys can tell, my voice is kind of up and down. So hail, praise, honor, glaze. Fuck's sakes. Applaud. Nice. So, can't be here for long, wanted to be here for a bit. Oh, thanks for popping by, fool. I appreciate it. How you doing? Fit. Volume 1 is a lot better on reread. I'm sure that's the case because Volume 1 because it has so much more foreshadowing and stuff that doesn't yes, Duck, I have seen it. It's actually on the channel. Romero, how's it going? Twice actually. Once without fucking audio for some reason. Wait, are you sick? Your voice sounds... yeah, my voice is definitely... I'm definitely a little sick. Yeah, my voice is not normal at all. Yeah, so the voice is definitely going to be up and down for the stream. I apologize. If it real ones would have watched that no audio version. What a pity. I wanted to see you fanboying over the trailer. I can definitely still react to it. I definitely didn't analyze it much by any stretch. I'm definitely happy to react to it on stream. Ramiro infected you. Yeah, across the 7 seas. He crossed the Pacific, the Atlantic, and then reached me and then spat in my face and then went back. What the actual fuck is happening here? Yeah, we can do it now if you guys want. I use Spirit World traveling. Even better still. Yeah, if you guys want, I can react to it. I don't mind. I definitely didn't analyze it much, or at all, really. Oh fuck! I need to change the analyze frame by frame. Yeah, I don't have that in me. Oh fuck! I forgot to change. I need to change the GIF with the moon now. I will do that. I'll do the one with the subtitles just because it's a lot fucking easier for me. Because, you know, then I can actually respond to the words as well. New music for Volume 3 fights? Oh, dope. Oh, by the way, does anyone, if it's possible, if there's any good art that I can, where the fuck am I going? If there's any good art that I can use as the new thumbnail for videos, or for streams rather, would be great, because I've been using the same clown one since Volume 1, and it kind of like and it kind of feels like it's time for an upgrade. Like it's been 400 chapters and it's been the same, so it's like maybe time for an upgrade. Maybe not an upgrade, but a change certainly. So if there's a better one, someone let me know. Yeah, okay, we can get this set up. Glaze, frost, polish. Oh, thank you, Ramiro. Yes, that might actually work. Hold on. Glaze, frost, polish, sprinkle, powder. What? Glaze, sprinkle, polish. I have many spoiler arts. Okay, I need ideally an yeah, I need ideally a non-spoiler one for me. I don't give. I can spoil people. I don't give a shit. But okay. Hold on. No, it didn't work. I tried it. That one didn't say one away, so it doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Apt, proper, fit, right. Yes, very good. Fit, muscular, nude. What would that be, Nightwalker? I'm so curious. Fit, muscular, nude powder. What would that be? Easy trailer, straight fire. I'm gonna take a guess. Fuck. Okay, well, wouldn't have gotten that anyway. Okay, we can react to this. Alright. That looks fine. Oh, I have. Hey, Amnesiac, how's it going? What I might do is this. Okay, hold on. I'll just put this here for now. I'm just gonna make me a little. If I full screen this, I feel like I'm. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make me a little bit smaller for now, and then I'll resize it back. Okay, that looks fine. All right. Frame by frame, yeah, that's not happening. Okay, volume 3 is top 2 for me. Based. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, volume. ASIC character trailer reaction. Let's do this. I couldn't find this in 4K with subs right now, but shit, this looks so crisp in 4K. Holy crap. Oh wait, actually I still have music playing. Hold on. That he's drawn right there. Is that the bear? Is that the palace that Klein visited? In volume 1? Is that the Baron Palace Castle thingamajig that he's drawing? This right here? I think so. Someone can confirm or deny for me. It looks like that to me. Okay, that's what I think too. A dissonant thread of fate. Subtly points to me. Oh, he looks so hard. He looks so hard. Devil, congratulations. Holy fuck, dude. That's awesome. Oh, hold on. I didn't even read this. Oh, he looks so hard. Oh, yeah, that has to be it. Because right here, he's standing in the castle near the grave of his son. Yeah, because like the broken castle, the dilapidated castle in a palace or whatever the fuck. Oh, that totally makes sense. Oh. It looks okay, amnesia. Okay. The one who took your skull. Yes. The one who took your skull. Remind me. This was who took Isaac's kid's skull? What was it? Was it Ince or was it someone else? Sword plus English suit is a combo I've never thought possible. What? That's so it was Ince? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Oh, he looks so I will make him repay tenfold. And I mean, in fairness, the first time Ince and Isaac met, he did beat his ass. Ince survived, but my god, he did beat his ass. And Isaac walked away damn near unscathed. He was like, shit, this is a random Tuesday, brother. Bloodline retraced. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Isaac, yeah, Isaac 1 and 0 for sure. And Isaac was the one getting jumped. True. 2-on-1. And he was like, damn, bitch, you ain't nothing. What is this? What are these eyeballs? Oh, that is so hard. Okay. So, hold on. So, I don't know what those eyeballs are. Fair warning. I got no fucking clue what those are. If we know, someone let me know. If we don't know, then we don't know, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So, that's obviously Isaac's messenger, you know, with the fucking flames and stuff. The fact that there's horses running in battle makes me think this is like some early memories that Isaac is recalling since he entered the castle, because like it seems that everywhere that as Isaac retraces his steps from the past, he regains more and more of his memories. So that, in fairness, Devil, that does seem to be might be symbolism of him waking up more memories. Right, yeah, exactly. I'm thinking like this might be a past memory of his or something. Maybe he participated in some kind of war or equivalent thing. In fairness, Devil, canonically, the messenger isn't this big. They're making it larger for representation. In book, it says he's 4 meters tall. A person on a horse is like 2 meters tall, maybe 1.5 meters if you really want to, if you want to say it's a short person, maybe. Okay, so like they should be half his height, not like 1/10. So chill, I'm practicing for my graduation. Sorry, Bullseye. Oh yeah, your graduation is today. Congrats, man. Good for you. Mine is in just about 2 weeks. Maybe not the same messenger. Azek had. Oh, true. Azek did say he has fucking more of them than he even remembers. So it might be another one who's taller. But at least the main one that we canonically have come to know until he fucking died. Milosh, how's it going, man? Is 4 meters tall, so he wouldn't be this tall, in fairness. Feeling good, just not wanting to take photos. Oh, come on. I hate to take photos too in general, but, you know, for graduation, you deserve it. Who was that guy? He just got fucking obliterated. Oh, Azek is... yeah, hold on. Azek fighting this entire army of people on their horses reminds me of like Madara from Naruto running up on that entire fucking army and just one tapping everybody there. Holy fuck. That was, yeah, Azek is like, he's my fucking goat, dude. What a guy. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I can't wait. Okay. Sorry, there might have been a little bit of there might have been some buffering there for a couple seconds. I apologize. I don't know why my fucking VPN kicked in. That would do it. Apologies. Missed the intro. Did you get the Wordle? No. I have to get the Wordle. I'm only like half. Sorry. Give me a second. Probably not. Okay, shut the fuck up, devil. Okay, I will get it. Okay. That was you were one letter away from getting it. Oof. So do you think you don't hate the Aurora Order enough? Bro, I hate the Aurora Order. What are you talking about? The Aurora Order? The lunatics? Ugh. Get them out of here. Except for you, Romero. You can stay, okay? I have faith we can change you, okay? No. So, okay. Ash. It wasn't the Aurora Order, it was the Demoness. It was both, Ramiro. Let's be fair. It was both, okay? Convert Ramiro to the Goddess's faith. I still don't know who I don't know enough about the Lord of Combat. I feel like that would be hard as fuck to believe in them, but I don't know anything about them. So I can't say anything. The Lord of Combat just seems like the kind of based person you'd want to follow. Like that, it was mostly the Demoness. 60-40. What about that whole thing with the fucking East Borough? Like 150 chapters ago. Well, the goddess is... Good point. Can't argue with that point. True. 75-25? 70-30 final offer. Okay. I have to get this quickly. Oh my god. That was a miscommunication. Oh, come on, nothing. Okay, I've got to really clutch up here. Hold on. So something Ash is what I'm thinking. Or Oz. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys can't even see what I'm... you guys can't even see that... You guys can't even see the wordle I'm doing. Oh, good lord. Get me out of here. Man, it is hard for me to run the PR. Yeah. It's not actually your fault, Romero. They're, oh my god. We're too good. We are too good. Alright. We're 10 minutes behind schedule. Let's get going. Okay, I'm gonna try to read until 492, but as you guys can probably hear from my voice, my throat is a real fucked, so, so I may not make it all the way through, but we're gonna give it a shot. If I have to stop early, then we will try. I really want to get to 500 today. I feel like it's just a really nice place to end today, but, if I can't make it all the way there, then I can't make it, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, my voice is gonna have like massive variation today in how I sound. I apologize. They are too enthusiastic. They mean well. I don't think they mean well, Romero. I don't think they mean well at all. They are very enthusiastic. I will grant you that. I don't think they mean well though. Okay. Let's go. 483. New identity. Let's go. What is Klein's new name gonna be? He's a vagabond without a job now. So, I mean, it's probably gonna be something pretty on the nose, I would guess. Join us and you will see the support we give new members. You guys do, I mean, you guys have a strong pathway. Not a cool one, but you have a strong pathway, okay? Okay, the sky was dark outside the window, but it wasn't the dark fog which Klein was used to. The sea waves rolled in, blowing all the smog and making the clouds line up in various shapes, reflecting the reddish golden sunlight. Yeah, Klein's gonna have to get that unemployment insurance. This was the Pritz Harbor, the largest and busiest port in the Lone Kingdom. Are we gonna spend this volume on the sea? Wearing a light... wait, I actually think that was already said, right? That we're going to spend this on the sea? Because I have so many questions about, like, ghost ships and shit. Wearing a light vest and white shirt, Klein stood by the window and watched the outside world for a while until his pocket watch urged him to return to the mahogany table. In the warmth of the fireplace, he picked up a black, round fountain pen, unfolded a letter, and slowly wrote. Dear Mr. Azek, Klein should join the Aurora. We give a lot of benefits. Do you guys cover dental, or how does that work? Forgive me for not writing to you until today, but for the past few days I've been wandering in Backland, immersed in the devastation that has infected this great city by the events of the past few days. If we were ordinary people, perhaps we would have been covered with white cloth and carried to the crematorium, eventually settling in a tiny niche. It's so cool. Like, he's still thinking about Liv and Freya and Old Kohler. Everything. The Lord provides it all. Based. Okay. I've waited for quite a while and finally found an opportunity to retrieve what belongs to me. This includes the card of blasphemy I've promised you. In addition, there's another item that which I will get the messenger to bring to you as well. It is a copper whistle that can summon a messenger. It comes from a chance encounter of mine regarding an elder who crawled out of a coffin. I'm sure you're puzzled having read this, as the description I used similarly points to you. This is what puzzles me. Wait, actually, another thing, did I write down Undying in my notes somewhere? Because that is the sequence that Azek said he spent quite a while on. I feel like I wrote it in my notes, but I just want to confirm. Alicia, I clutched up the Wordle. Nice. Sleep. It was an annoying one. Quash? What a dumb name. Azek stated Undying. Okay, yeah, okay, it is in my notes. Never mind. This is exactly what happened. I suspect that the original owner of this copper whistle is a member of the numinous episcopate that tries to revive death. Furthermore, his level isn't low. Perhaps you'll be able to tell something from this copper whistle. Before leaving Backland, I will write to the hive mind to describe the massive underground ruin where you fought in Zongwil. I hope that they will be able to figure out the truth with the help of this information. After going through a roundabout and indirect test, I've confirmed that they do not have any enmity towards you and me for the time being. If you're in trouble, perhaps you can try seeking their help. Get the fuck out of here. Azek is... if any of you have seen Breaking Bad, Isaac is that scene. He's like a guy opens his door and gets shot. You think that of me? No, I am the one who knocked. You think I'm in trouble, bitch? What do you think is happening here? After going, finally, I have one more question. Is there any way to remove the residual mental corruption of a beyonder characteristic that has already solidified? I'm about to set sail. I wish you a smooth journey in finding your memories and a safe journey for myself as well. Who the fuck wishes themselves a safe journey? That is the weirdest thing. Your student and friend, Klein Moretti. Putting down the pen and reading it once more, Klein folded the note and stuffed it into an envelope along with the Black Emperor card and the copper whistle left behind by the suspected Numinous Episcopate member. When he was done, he picked up the copper whistle Mr. Azek had given him and summoned the messenger by blowing it. The messenger was still nearly... Oh, yeah, exactly. The messenger was still nearly 4 meters tall. 4 meters tall is like a really, really tall person. That's like twice the height of a normal person. It's probably like 10 foot something. But it's not like... It's not the same towering figure that was shown in the trailer there. Again, like Romero said, it could be a different messenger who's bigger, but its eye sockets burning with black fire. However, Klein's spiritual intuition told him that this was another messenger. Okay. Sighing secretly, Klein raised his hand and placed the letter into the messenger's lowered palm. The messenger lowered his head to take a look before quickly disintegrating into bones and drilled into the ground like a torrential downpour. Seeing this, Klein lightly tapped his right molar and deactivated his spirit vision. He returned his gaze to the table, where there was a pale yellow identification card. This was a necessary item required for official purchases of any voyage tickets. Dr. Z, hi, how's it going? Oh, and actually, I'd like a new image for the bottom too. Okay, so ideally I'm looking for 2 new images. I'm looking for a new image at the bottom of the stream right here. Like one that's, the aspect ratio needs to be really fucked. Like it needs to be way longer than it is in height. And then one for the actual thumbnail for the live streams as well. But I gotta find those. For this, he had specifically gone to Sharon and obtained a new identity through her circle. This identity was that of a bounty hunter, a lunatic who was eager to go on an adventure at sea to get rich. Let's get an image of the new persona. Oh, yeah. In accordance with Klein's wishes, his name was Gehrman Sparrow. Gehrman, a reference to Gehrman from Bloodborne. Tonight, Gehrman joins the hunt. And Sparrow, in my mind, referring to Jack Sparrow. A hunter of evil, Klein whispered, putting away a series of documents for his new identity. Shortly after, he drew the curtains and went above the grey fog. I'm already collecting. Thank you, Milosh. There was still some time before the tarot gathering, so Klein quickly retrieved Creeping Hunger and wore it on his hand. Closing his eyes, he tried to sense each and every twisted illusory soul. Good lord. Jesus, sorry about that. He attempted to release the faceless. In the real world, Creeping Hunger would happily consume this gift and spit out the corresponding Beyonder characteristic. But above the fog, it didn't dare to act so rashly. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Someone can confirm this for me. So even after you've used their power, when you get rid of them, it'll give you the characteristic for them? Like, I figured the characteristic wouldn't disappear because of the law of Beyonder characteristic conservation. So, like, Creeping Hunger can also be used as a way to sort of collect Beyonder characteristics and not physically have them on you. That's cool. And we'll give it back based. Okay. It allowed the soul of the faceless to leave the glove and appear to the side of the long bronze table. It was a middle-aged man with a blurry face. His twisted and painful expression seemed to dissipate quite a bit. With difficulty, he bowed at Klein, who was leaning back in his chair. His figure gradually dimmed, almost plummeting beneath the grey fog at any moment. In this majestic palace, it's called grazing after all, not consuming, true. With difficulty, in the majestic palace, Klein could directly communicate without any additional rituals needed. Thus, he extended his spirituality and stabilized the man before saying, "Do you know where there are any live mermaids? Apart from those kept by the Church of the Evernight, they can only be found by sailing from the Gargus archipelago towards the Sonia Sea for at least a week. That was my destination." So he was also a faceless looking to advance. In order to seek out mermaids, he had taken the risk to go at sea. However, he died at the hands of the Vice Admiral in the end. The Church of the Goddess rears quite a number of mermaids. Which organization did you belong to? Or should I say, where did your potion formulas come from? The Secret Order. I belonged to the Secret Order. Secret Order? Doesn't the Secret Order rear their own mermaids? Have you ever seen your leader, Zaratul? I have. He's abnormal. He's an undying monster. Whoa, undying monster. But he can't be but he can't be... But he can't... I was thinking, wait, I know what pathways can be interchanged with death, right? Mutant and criminal. Sailor Bard Reader. Oh, I don't know it can be exchanged with death. I don't, or maybe I do. I don't know, I can't find it in my notes, whatever. Could it be that, because Zaratul is definitely off the seer pathway, could he, or I guess he could just be an angel and then not die in that sense. That also works, I guess. As expected, Zaratul is still alive. Just what happened for a Secret Order member to be so afraid of him? More accurately, I should use him, the capital him, like a god. Giant, sleepless, and corpse collector? I'm gonna assume that's not spoilers. I'm just gonna confirm this. Giant, sleepless corpse collector. Yes, okay. Now it's in my notes. Yeah. How the fuck is Ramira able to utilize my notes better than I can? This is fucked. Apart from the treasures left behind by the indigenous family and your Secret Order, is there any way I can get a high sequence beyond formula for the seer pathway? The faceless turned increasingly transparent and more illusory as he said, "The Church of the Evernight, Cathedral of Serenity." Whoa. So the Church of the Evernight does have the seer pathway at high sequences. Whoa. Okay, this is going in the notes. We can guess by which churches hate each other. This is true, yes. The Holy Cathedral. Klein silently watched as the faceless spirit body achieved complete liberation as he repeated the words. The Cathedral of Serenity was the headquarters of the Church of the Evernight, also known as the Holy Cathedral by the Nighthawks. They really are high-sequence potion formulas of the seer pathway hidden there. I wonder how many secrets the various churches have kept hidden and buried. Klein sighed, letting the dark green glue-like substance that he had formed on the surface of his gloves slide onto the surface of the long bronze table. The faceless Beyonder characteristic eventually formed a jelly-like translucent object. In the dark green background, from time to time, there was a different face emerging, like shadows hidden from dark curtains. Client took a few looks before nodding. I'll use the world later to get Mr. Hankman to sell this characteristic to either artisans or Beyonders who need it. They had formulas and they never told him. Yeah, they must have a reason. Like, why the if someone is um of your organization, you would want them to get strong as soon as possible, right? But the Evernight Church didn't want anyone to get strong in the Beyonder, in the Seer pathway, rather. They were happy for them to get strong in the Corpse Collector or the Sleepless pathway, but not the others, or not Seer in particular. That's interesting. Although he had found a flaw in the official Beyonder's surveillance of the 15 Minsk Street by use of divination, he didn't return there so as to not provoke them or expose the secrets of his spirit body. Instead, he spent extra money to buy a change of clothes and other daily necessities. All of that amounted to £12. Together with the £8 paid for the documents of his new identity, his wallet was so empty that there was almost no need for it to exist. As for the 10% stake in the bike company, Klein found an opportunity to meet with Isengard Stanton and sign a legal agreement to entrust the matter to him. After all, their relationship wasn't a secret in the eyes of the Nighthawks or the Hive Mind. I still have £5 in cash and £5 in gold coin. Oh, that's so depressing. Jesus Christ, he is poor as fuck. He needs to sell this faceless characteristic as soon as possible. It will cost £4 to head to the Rorstad Archipelago, and that's for a third-class seat at the lower deck. It will take at least another £4 to go from the Rorstad Archipelago to the Gargos Archipelago. I have to quickly sell off the faceless Beyonder characteristic. That way, I'd be able to afford a second-class cabin and eat some decent food. Thanks to Emlyn's suitcase being placed above the grey fog this entire time, I've had to buy another one. He's holding on to those 5 coins like gold, yeah. I don't know, maybe the gold coins are like hard to use, maybe, because we haven't seen them used anywhere or heard of them anywhere else, just there. I'm so curious, why didn't he just bring down Emlyn's suitcase from above the grey fog? Why the fuck did he buy a new one? I don't get it. Klein silently went through his financial situation, feeling as if he had returned to the time he had just transmigrated. A Sequence 6 Beyonder characteristic varies from £3,000 to £4,000. If I encounter someone in desperate need for it, it can even be sold at a premium. But apart from maintaining my living expenses, I have to consider the cost of the Marionettas supplementary ingredients. I also have to consider the cost of the ritual needed to eliminate the mental corruption. Klein sighed and took out his pocket watch to take a look. Wait, quick question. What would happen if Klein just popped the Marionettas potion without the supplementary ingredients? Obviously assuming that he has fully digested the faceless potion. Does it just increase his chances of madness? Holy fuck, my voice is gone. Jesus Christ. Okay. Forza's vision turned clear as she saw 3 figures sitting across on the long model table. A new member? With a thought, she quickly settled down. Romero, the question was, what would happen if he just popped the Marionettas characteristic from Rosego without the supplementary ingredients? Would it just increase his chances of madness, or what would happen? Like, yeah, exactly. If he just had the characteristic, Justin. At the moment, she didn't care if the Tarot Club had any new members. Her mind was filled with the incident of smog and plague from last week. No. Assuming he finds the mermaids and whatever, but he doesn't bother to go with all the. It would exponentially increase his chances of losing control. Oh, I see. Okay. She vividly remembered that the world had warned herself and Miss Justice at the last gathering that something huge was brewing in Backland, which could likely bring about tragedy, and Mr. Fool had confirmed that conjecture. And he had later pointed out that the person at the heart of the problem was Prince Edisac. She didn't doubt Mr. Fool's abilities and felt that the tragedy needed time to brew, giving her time to investigate. Who knew that it would happen so suddenly? Prince Edisac was also reported as having been infected in the haze and died. It really happened. Thinking back to the contents of the newspaper from a few days ago, she seemed to understand something but wasn't sure of it. At Sequence 9, I seem to have become involved with a terrifying matter that involved a huge city, a prince, and tens of thousands of lives, just because I'm a member of the Tarot Club. It was only at this moment that Fours realized the importance of being a member of the Tarot Club. Good afternoon, Mr. Fool, Miss Justice said as usual. You saved Backland again. What? When was I saved? Emlyn listened blankly. As he thought back to the recent events, the moon was quick to associate it with the Great Smog and the plague outbreak. But I heard that was the work of a demoness of despair who was trying to advance herself. Furthermore, the Church of Storm quickly responded, creating a hurricane to blow everything away. How could it be the Fool that saved Backland? Emlyn, who had an entire clan behind him, was quite well informed. Upon doing the comparison, it was hard for him not to be surprised and confused. Although he had always been proud and didn't wish to spend time on social interactions, he still felt an instinctive fear when faced with a hidden existence that he had to address it with. He didn't dare to open his mouth to ask and decided to listen for a while. We sent so much Gearman art, you're not ready? Based. Okay, awesome. Alger, even though he was drifting at sea, had received the news of the Great Smog. He was interested in the secrets and the truth behind it, confident in the details that this was definitely a struggle between deities. After all, it had attracted the attention of Mr. Fool. Am I losing it, or... I feel like both of these chapters in comparison feel so much shorter than the last couple of chapters I've been reading. I'll ask Miss Justice when we exchange information. However, she might not be too sure of the details. It's rather impossible for her to know too many details based on her standing. She has great curiosity. To open up with such a greeting, she would definitely attempt to get an answer from Mr. Fool. I hope that I have an opportunity to listen from the side. With this in mind, Alger turned his head to look at the sun. Seeing how he wasn't anxious but calm and reserved, he knew that the City of Silver's exploratory team had already broken out of the fate of repeating their lives. Similarly, Audrey, who had figured out the operation was successful from reading Little Sun's reaction, heaved a great sigh of relief. After a solemn bow to the Fool, she thanked the seemingly unkind tarot member of the world for his advance warning. Mr. World, if it wasn't for your advance warning, perhaps tens of thousands of people more would have died in the Great Fog. In truth, I was doing it to save myself, Klein controlled the world to say. He said it with sincerity and without any trace of acting, because if it wasn't for Miss Justice, who was notified ahead of time and warned the Church, then the powerful existence who erased Mr. A wouldn't have arrived in time, and he himself might not have been able to hold out for too much longer. If Mr. A had disintegrated and ate me, then perhaps I might not have a chance of surviving, Klein thought in appreciation. Just came back one time for the gathering. Alright. Mr. A's feasting would literally be feasting. Immediately after, the fool, he leaned back in his chair and responded with a smile. All I did was provide some trivial help. he's such a he's such a prick. No, your blessed really helped Backlund. His contribution is the greatest amongst everyone, Audrey praised. His warning allowed the goddess, the church to make enough preparations, wiping out the demoness in a timely manner, and preventing the demoness from awakening. It allowed the contamination of the Great Smog to be kept under control. Furthermore, he even destroyed the Aurora Order's ritual, preventing the attempted descent of the true creator once again. Audrey received an unanimous praise by Earl Hall and her mother for providing such valuable information. They hadn't concealed the results of the investigation and some of the details they had gathered from her. Of course, they also raised their wish as parents that their daughter wasn't to get involved with that secret organization. It would be enough if she stayed in the outer circle and gathered information, then maintained her strength below that of a Sequence 7. He means that Mr. A would be feasting on Klein's soul. Oh, I see. Primordial Demoness's awakening, the true creator's descent. What happened in Backlund? All this time, Alger and Emlyn had the same reaction, but their expressions were different. The former only slightly raised his eyelids and his pupils contracted, unconsciously sitting to the side a bit, while the latter gave the illusion that he was about to jump up. Mother, no, esteemed moon, when did Backlund become so dangerous? What two evil gods actually made their appearance during the Great Smog? Is that young lady lying? Even though the fool is in existence suspected of being a deity, it's almost impossible he would simultaneously offend two entities of the same level. Could it be that he is the incarnation of a true god? Or is there an alliance of deities behind him? Is that why the ancestor asked me to pray to him? The more Emlyn thought, the faster his heart beat, but it was impossible for him to receive verification. The fact that Sanguine had the nickname Vampire didn't mean that they didn't have a heartbeat. It's just that they were relatively slow, and the heart itself was one of the Sanguine's fatal weaknesses. I guess that's everyone's fatal weakness, no? Indeed. It's an event that had attracted the attention of Mr. Fool, but what benefits could he get from sabotaging the evil gods? Forrest was surprised and frightened. She didn't expect that the horrible Great Smog had taken the lives of tens of thousands. Would conceal an even more terrifying truth. If it hadn't been stopped in time, the whole of Backlund would have been destroyed, and Gio and I wouldn't have survived. Her feelings were similar to Audrey's as well. Through this matter, the young noble lady clearly understood one thing, which was that the life she believed to be peaceful and calm, like a soap bubble amidst the clash of deities. Just a slight disturbance could immediately pop it into nothingness. Or could it be said that the entire kingdom, the entire human species, only exists because the balance between the deities, and this balance is extremely fragile. Klein was pleased when he saw that someone knew and remembered his contribution, and he said, "Unfortunately, he has to stay away from Backlund as a result." Mr. Fool's Blessed had to temporarily leave Backlund. Audrey stood up. "Please convey my gratitude to him." I used to have 5 and none of them turned out true. Do you have any theories? Hold on. Do you have any theories that the moon-related entity suspected of being? Why would the moon? Why would the moon want the Sanguine to pray to the fool? Rose bishops wouldn't die? Oh, okay. Why would the... that's a good question. Why? I mean, it can I don't know, maybe the moon to some degree, or maybe all gods to some degree have some fifth dimensional understanding of time, and as such they like just understand the vast impact the Fool is gonna have in time, maybe? I don't know. That's a very vague, very not specific one. I don't know enough yet to give a better theory. At this moment, Audrey added, I'm very sorry. As the 3 churches and military are cleaning up Backland, I was unable to get the follow-up pages from Roselle's diary. Please wait another week. Sure. Forrest then startled to look at the Fool and said, Honorable Mr. Fool, I received 3 pages of Roselle's diary. Not bad. More members means more channels. Many things snowball quickly. Very good. Did I miss or you didn't read my comment even after I tagged? Oh shit. It means like brain is zombies weak. Yeah, but a brain isn't a zombie's weakness. Oh, I guess. Oh, I see what you mean. In that, like, they're. Oh, I see what you mean. In that they're. It does, and nothing else really affects them, but the heart does. Oh, I see. Okay, good point. Thank you. There's so much gore till now. Roselle's diary. Emlyn felt as if he had heard something extraordinary again. Only then did Klein remember that he had missed introducing a particular vampire. Smiling, he introduced, This is a new member, Mr. Moon. This gathering is called the Tarot Club. They are... Mr. Moon? I thought it would be a lady who would choose the moon. Audrey greeted politely, while her thoughts scattered. Why would a lady choose the moon? Oh, I guess because moon is to Audrey synonymous with the Evernight goddess and hence a woman. Okay. Similarly, Emmeline wondered why the members such as the Hanged Man Justice were humans or transcendent figures, which pathways they were from, at what sequence, from what organizations, or if they were friendly to the Sanguine. Klein didn't care about them sizing each other up. He looked at the diary in his hands. 11th February. Today I found out a secret from the Sauron family. I'm going to die of laughter. So it turns out that the hunter pathway that they possess will change gender at sequence 4. Men wouldn't change, but women would change into men. Okay, that was kind of that was expected because we already knew that the hunter pathway was the opposite of the assassin pathway. But it's good to have confirmation where that happens. Hunter, demon hunter, you become a man at this sequence already. Okay. I mean, so it's no wonder that none of the high sequence beyonders of the Sauron family that I'm aware of are females. The iron-blooded knight is indeed a true man. If it wasn't for how sensitive the secret is, then I would even feel like ridiculing Florin next time. The Sauron family ancestor that he looks like might have been a woman. This potion is a bit too much of a trap, isn't it? I hope the savant pathway wouldn't have any strange changes upon reaching a high sequence. I don't want to one day suddenly realize that I either don't advance or have to change into a woman. Really, I would have thought Roselle would have been so happy if he could turn into a woman. Grandma sure is buff. Hi username, how's it going? Thank you for the trailers, man. I really appreciate it. The first thought that flashed through Klein's mind at the sight of the diary was, Emperor, you won't become a woman, but you will do it with a demoness, perhaps more than one. Yes, we already know the hunter sequence, right? Hunter sequence 4, that's just, wait, no, hold on. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know sequence 4. What's the name? Lord of the will be asking. We're making a. I DM them. Oh, okay. Dope. That's awesome. You know the first C. Wait, hold on. Where is it? What's the name? It was just said where? What? They will change gender. Is it the Iron-Blooded Knight? Oh, okay. I thought that was the title of like a person in the family. Okay, so I don't know what sequence 5 is though. That's stupid. It'll probably be LOM official like the Twitter. They still use. Indeed, there's a pathway that changes women into men. Furthermore, it's the one I expected. Hunter represents war, causing women to change gender at sequence 4. That's a little odd. The demoness changes at 7. It doesn't actually strictly correspond. It was a strange asymmetry. Could it be that the underlying logic of this world is chaos, distortion, magic, and asymmetry? 12th February. This won't do. I want to laugh whenever I see Florin. Oh, yes. Thank you. That's so funny. 15th February. The modified artillery I designed and supervised was completed. Its effect was worse than I expected, but the problem isn't that great. With it and mass production, I'll be able to show the world what true advanced tactics are. Does anyone know the sequence here? No. I know a couple of them, Dr. Z. I know Red Priest, Abyss, hold on. So, okay, so I know Primordial Demoness, Sun, Black Emperor, Red Priest, Abyss, Moon, but I don't know what pathway that is. Yes, I don't know what pathway Moon is, but I know those ones. I was trying to ask indirectly because I was not sure if he knows which pathway the Red Priest is. Yes, I do. I don't remember it offhand, but I do know. Primordial Demoness not confirmed, but theorized by client. True. In order to celebrate, I decided to hold a banquet to invite those fellows who look down on me. Just wait to be slapped in the face. The Emperor truly doesn't let a grudge go, does he? Hi, Queen. How's it going? I'll watch the video later. No worries. I'm struck. 5th May. That unspeakable organization called for another gathering. I'm struck by the way they gather their members every time. It's phenomenal. No. A miracle. Hold on. That just gave me an idea. Let me cook, okay? Let me cook. The way the way Roselle says that unspeakable organization called for another gathering. So this could be the hermit order, or whatever I can't remember the name. It's in my notes, whatever, I don't care. Okay? Or could it be like a predecessor of the tarot club? Could it be like when Roselle says, "I'm struck by the way they gather their members every time. It's phenomenal." No, a miracle. Could it be that like Roselle is just sitting there and then he sees the gray fog enter into his vision like everyone else does, or like the sun does in particular, and they're like gathering in 1,000 heartbeats or whatever, and he's just sitting there, he's like, holy fuck, who is this guy? This guy's based as fuck. Could it be that? Oh, that'd be cool as fuck. If like Roselle was a member of the previous version of the Tarot Club, that'd be hard, because it's obvious that the gray fog and that has existed for forever, presumably, or like a really long time at least. So presumably it's had past members, and presumably it's had a past gathering like this. Maybe not in the same format, but like, a similar sense. Ancient model table. Yeah, exactly. In my earlier observation, I raised some problems at this gathering. For example, all the sequence 0 have a high enough level on the blasphemy slate. Only Red Priest appears rather unique. It doesn't sound strong enough. The old gentleman sitting beside me told me that the red represents the red of war, and Red and Priest can be understood as the ritualist of strength at its core. What song are you listening to? Oh, I'm literally just listening to, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm literally just listening to Skyrim ambient music. Easy made the same theory? Oh, based. Okay. Someone objected, believing that the priest in Red Priest represents the priest of the creator. Worked well, like I said. It absolutely worked really well, username. Thank you. Now that I say it, Ramiro, it becomes so obvious, right? I leaned towards the former and asked for the name of the old gentleman in a low voice. I don't know the identities of every member. To put it in an extreme manner, I only know a portion of them. The old gentleman answered at me with a smile. He said his name was Hermes. Hermes? The Hermes who created the language of ancient Hermes? Hermes, the founder of humanity's mysticism? Excuse me? Okay, I gotta let all of this go in my fucking notes. I'm also... Oh, actually, if I made a theory, there's a corresponding thing we do with the theory. Hold on. I forget sometimes. There's a thing we have to do. Sorry, just adding that to my notes. Theory. Could Roselle be a part? Like, okay, dope. Since I made a theory, we're gonna do a quick divination on it, okay? Give me a second. Let me cook. Nope, not what I meant to do. Cute. I'm so poor, I need to unironically get my paycheck every time before I gamble. That's actual degen speed run right here. What the fuck? Coin flip. 2000. Is Roselle a member of the earlier version of the Tarot Club? Let me cook. Let me cook. Where am I? Yes, okay. 485. Don't let bro cook. Okay, shut up. No. It was a confirmation. True believer of the fool, always poor. True. I'm not poor. I'm using the acting method for my belief in my Lord. True. Are you surprised by the caliber of the member that joined the organization? We have a Sequence 8 member and they have people like Hermes. I mean, they also have Roselle, who's at this point probably the leader of a country. So, I mean, it's nice to have some confirmation, but like, I mean, this shit is some, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. Hermes is literally the guy who created humans' system of mysticism. The guy who created ancient Hermes, which is the mysticism language of all the characters besides Derek. You know, he's the goat. Not my goat, but Hermes. That's an ancient powerhouse, Klein frowned. With his solid knowledge in mysticism, he knew very well of the era in which the old gentleman who had created the language had been active. That is during the second epoch when the giants ruled the land and the dragons soared through the skies. In a particular sense, he appeared before the god of combat and the Earth Mother in human history. In other words, even little son, who didn't even know the 7 gods before joining the Tarot Club, would likely know of the name Hermes. Yes, I should find a chance to confirm this with the world. That old gentleman had personally experienced the period where humans tested the potions themselves, slowly seeking the thorny path of the powers of the Beyonders, one step at a time. He used Jotun and Dragonese as blueprints, and standing on the shoulders of the pioneers, he created a Beyonder language that belonged to humans. He probably saw the first blasphemy slate. He actually survived until the time of Emperor Roselle and might even be alive today. This is a living fossil of human mysticism. Klein felt a surge of emotions, and on the other hand, he felt the terror of the Twilight Hermit Order. Sorry, I should put that in my notes. That is really good to know. Calling him a fossil? Dude, he's like 2,000 years old. What else would you call him? As for the other secret organizations, or even internally to the 7 churches, they will often use Hermes to perform sacrificial rites and rituals. The Twilight the Twilight Hermit Order is really a high-end, grand, and of a high level. What he envied most wasn't the existence of Hermes, a legend who had lived through human history among the Twilight Order, but the fact that they possess the second blasphemy slate. What is... Okay, do we ever get to find out actually what the first and second blasphemy slates are? Like, I don't even understand. What the fuck? I have no idea. This is simply cheating. Klein sighed at the thought of at how the Tarot Club only had 1 out of the 22 cards of blasphemy. Yes, thank you. Okay. He turned his focus back to the paper and continued reading. Heavens, the old man sitting next to me looked so ordinary and nothing special was actually Hermes. He lived from the dark second epoch all the way to the beyonder decline of the fifth epoch. I made the right decision joining this organization. It will make sense eventually, thank God. I can see my bright future. Not using 3 exclamation points to describe my feelings right now just isn't enough. Yes, Nightwalker. I did know. I did know that. This bunch of big shots, these undying old bastards, are all gathered here because they believe in the opinion that the twilight is approaching. Twilight Hermetic Order. That actually makes sense. No, it's definitely not the case. At least, I'm not. They're like the ones with Moses. There must be people among them who passionately believe in those idols, purely waiting for the original creator to awaken, hoping for the progress of the history to develop to that node as predicted. According to my understanding, it's most likely not awakening, but a resurrection. But there can't be more than half of those people. The rest of them have their own goals. Either they're ambitious like me, or they're just lurking snitches among us. Wait a minute, I thought of another problem. I quickly joined the gathering after I agreed to the secret invitation, but I didn't undergo any scrutiny, and although the person who invited me for the gathering said that the members of this gathering had their differences and had to vote for me to join, barely allowing me to join after a majority vote of 2/3. But that's not enough. But that's not the point. The point is that they don't care if I believe in the idea that the twilight is coming, nor do they mind having all sorts of thought. Nor do they mind me having all sorts of thoughts. Holy fuck. A monk. What are they relying on to determine that I won't bring harm to this order? Could there be a high sequence beyonder of the spectator pathway among them? One that reaches the level of an angel? He had created a secret psychological cue in me through verbal promise without me realizing it, and they're confident enough to discover the hidden malice of its members. I'm actually having a stroke, yeah. No, my throat is so fucked. Yeah, this is not great. Oh my god, we get such cool knowledge in this chapter. Fuck yes. Sorry, I skim while I'm reading to you guys as well, so I don't know. That might be possible, but thinking about it makes me shudder. In addition, without permission, once the name of that organization is mentioned to the outside world, it will be immediately noticed. They even give me an example of former members who were eliminated. Writing on paper or in a newly created language wouldn't do as well. See, this is so... Oh. See? Okay. So they tell us, like, hey, once the name of the organization is mentioned to the outside world, it will be immediately noticed. Even in a newly created language, it wouldn't do well. Okay, so, like, yeah. Klein was right to tell everyone not to ever mention it. This is so cool! Sequence 2 of the spectator pathway is discerner, while 1 is author. Who among them fulfills the corresponding traits? True! Thank you, Roselle. I hate you, but, I mean, you're useful. True. So, this is so fucked. One. Author. Yes, I have a preliminary suspect, the person who convenes the gathering. Yes, there's also sequence 0 of the spectator pathway. Its name is Visionary. V for Visionary, like that's Remy from Bleach. You already guessed it. I did guess this one. I am the fucking goat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Milos, you said I shouldn't be. You said I shouldn't be a seer, you motherfucker. What's up now? You take that back, bitch. Dude, I feel like I guessed this near like chapter 200. I can't even remember how long ago I made that joke about Remy from Bleach. What the fuck? V for Visionary. Oh my god. Okay, okay, this is cool. Imagine how surprised we were. Oh, I am too good. Too good. Okay, but like, but look at how fucked this is. I know the bottom 3 of Spectator, and I know the top 3. Bro, give me the middle. Another theory of yours came true. You have gained more profit points. Realistically, if I was of the seer pathway, and the only thing that mattered in the seer pathway was that your prophecies came true, what sequence would you guys put me at this point? I feel like I would easily be at 7. All right, if I take my statement back, you cancel our deal. Nah, bitch. I hold you to your word. 5. Oh shit. Okay, but I don't believe anyone here. Oh, sorry. This. But I don't believe anyone here has reached the. You guessed a sequence 0, so it's like 6 or 5. But I don't believe anyone here has reached the level of a true god. Otherwise, there's no need to hide behind the scenes. Of course, they may have divine items at the level of sequence 0 or the uniqueness of a particular pathway. Perhaps it's what creates this realistic dreamscape that can connect the east and the west shores of the continent while having the ability to react the moment its name is mentioned. See, that once again makes me think they might be sitting in the gray fog. Because, what was that? This realistic dreamscape, the foggy, area that you could reasonably describe that as a dreamscape and connect the east to the west. It can connect the main continent to the city of Silver, so like it has that ability too. As for have the ability to react its name is mentioned, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know everything. Okay, I can't explain away everything. I'm no sequence 0. I'm but a man. I didn't think too much about it back then. Amidst my shock, I asked about a few other matters, such as why the term authority is used in the description of deities. Old Hermes gave me an interesting answer. When he saw this, Klein realized that the diary page had already reached its end. He quickly turned to the next page, but realized the following page didn't connect to the previous page at all. Oh, for fuck's sakes. The next page is going to be some useless piece of shit. Twilight Hermit Order still exists? Did they change the place, or are they watching the tarot gathering from the side? Good point. Could they be above that? Could they be above? Like Klein was climbing up those steps. Could they be above them, watching, looking down on them? Like silly little children? Like, you know those steps that Klein was saying that he saw and that he tried to climb, but he got stopped because he wasn't a high sequence beyonder yet? Maybe they're sitting on top of it, and they're looking down on them like little children playing pretend. So the Spectator Pathways sequence 0 is called a Visionary. This corresponds well. Lol, I imagine they're sitting right above them. Klein is yours. Yeah, exactly. They're looking down on them. They're like, dumb bitch. You think you can do anything to us? This corresponds well with the Dragon of Imagination. I thought it would be dragon. Visionary adheres to more what humans know, which also means that that consuming the corresponding sequence 0 wouldn't necessarily change one into a dragon. Why the fuck would it change you into a dragon, Klein? Oh wait, yes. So so the angel from yesterday, so the angel from yesterday, couldn't she be an author? Because it kept saying that it was like they were being erased, like on a piece of paper. So she could be an author. That would do it. Oh, 017. Yes, thank you. Sequence 1 author. Just from the name of the potion, I find it quite similar to the quill. I guess it's similar to the quill too. I don't know. Could 008 and 017 be direct counters to each other, maybe? The Twilight, like, one allows you to write in Destiny while the other allows you to erase it. The Twilight Hermit Order's method of summoning members is a realistic dreamscape that connects the eastern and western ends of the continent. The miracle description at the beginning of the diary gave me a fright. I thought that they had the grey fog or the mysterious space above the fog as well. Let me cook. Oh my god, let me cook. I'm cooking too much. Hold on. Klein calmed his emotions and discovered that the single diary page provided a lot of important information. First of all, he knew that the ancient sage Hermes, who had at least lived to the Roselle era. Second, from Roselle's description of the organization, of how the organization name couldn't be spoken, he basically confirmed that the mysterious organization was equal to the Twilight Hermit Order. Finally, he learned sequence 0, 1, and 2 of the Spectator Pathway. Perhaps Miss Justice would ask the relevant questions at any time. Her curiosity has always been strong. Forcing himself to forget the missing answers, Klein turned to the last page. As he read, Audrey habitually observed the details, and she actually noticed that the Dark Emperor card was missing. He gave it to an adorer to provide help, or exchanged it with some existence? Audrey blinked, trying to guess the reason. Like two halves of the same sequence. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like how the Creeping Hunger only gets a portion of the powers of the person that it has grazes, so to speak. In a similar sense, mystical items don't get the entire power of the sequence that that they're born from, right? They get a portion. So maybe one half of it is like the ability to write fate, while the other one is just She was more inclined to the first theory, because without the help of Mr. Fool, his adorer wouldn't necessarily be able to destroy the ritual for the descent of the true creator. Wrong. Klein could just do it by himself. 017 is not an item, she's a living angel. True, it did say she's not an item though. But she's unique, because it said that she doesn't have any consciousness. So, I don't know. Maybe as an angel, she who has lost consciousness, that's literally the one. Yeah, this is true. Maybe as like a angel that has lost her sentience, she only has access to a portion of her power? I don't know. I could just be wrong also. A very lobotomized angel, unironically. By the way, do you guys know this? You know how they say that like if you put a frog in boiling water but you turn up the heat little by little, the frog doesn't jump out or whatever? You know how that experiment was done? They lobotomized the fucking... She did smile though, true. They lobotomized the fucking frog and then they did that experiment. Like, bro, if you lobotomized me, I probably couldn't get out of a fucking boiling water either. How is that fair? What? March 16th. My first time attending a noble ball. The young ladies and madams are a lot better than I imagined. In the novels I read, they didn't bathe in the Middle Ages and relied on the perfume to mask their disgusting body odor. This is true. They would frequently step on feces when they were out and easily smeared their faces with things that are laced with poisonous heavy metals. Also true. I can tell you the frog will jump. I don't know why you know that, but yes, I would instinctively assume so too. But it's different here. They love to take baths. They have charming perfumes, fair skin, and tight waists, and most of them have pretty figures. Oh god. I overcame my nervousness and had a chat with the young daughter of the Viscount Derilos. We talked about the meritorious deeds of my ancestors, talked about my family's estate, and my present aristocratic title. Then she politely mentioned that she wanted to get something to eat. I didn't pay much attention to it at the time, since hitting on chicks needed to be taken slow, but when I went downstairs to take a walk in the garden, I found her in an empty study fucking the eldest son of Earl Florius. This is their first time meeting each other. Is it me, Huang Tao, Roselle, who isn't good looking enough, or am I not entertaining enough? Roselle cocked. Oh god. How realistic. Fortunately, the madams have treated me quite well. I can sense the hidden passion within them. Okay. Another brutal attack coming from Milosh. 0 to 2. Roselle really wasn't used to the Inta style at first. According to historical records, the Gustav family has been on the decline for several generations, with only their aristocratic title of baron and a little property estate to their names. This lasted until Roselle made his fortune. I didn't expect the emperor to have a woman snatched away. Wait, I remember Roselle mentioning in his diaries that he had done it with Countess Flores. Impressive. Why is Klein cheering him on? What is happening? Klein looked down at the 2 remaining diary entries. They were of no value and were recounts of Roselle's life in the manor. The entire content was him wanting to hunt, his missing of delicacies, as well as his hope of obtaining beyond her powers and beautiful maidservants. Klein leaned back and allowed the pages to disappear and said, "You may begin." Audrey immediately looked at the sun and asked, "Have you extricated yourself?" How do I pronounce it? I know this word, I just can't pronounce it right now.
Extricate.
Extricated yourself from the cycle? Derek nodded. "Honorable Mr. Fool, thank you for your guidance. It allowed me to find the key point of the Angel of Fate on the mural with the words Rose Redemption. It aided the chief in destroying the repeated cycle." What Angel of Fate? I don't know anything. Klein replied with a smile. "Not bad." 486. Klein's conjectures. I might tell Easy that we might not do our chat today, because I might just take a couple of days to let my throat rest. I'll try to stream, but like any talking at all, it's getting so like after I got done streaming yesterday, I literally just I didn't speak to like anyone. Like if someone would ask me a question, I would nod or say no. Like I couldn't talk. So I might and I think I'm starting to get a fever because I'm. What happened to you through? No, I have the tea devil. I just I'm getting sick, so. Name Lord of the Mysteries. Yeah, I'm drinking the tea. It doesn't hurt in that sense. It's literally just I'm just getting sick. Username, why are you like this? Emlyn was similarly confused. Words like Rose Redemption, Angel of Fate, and destroying the repeated cycle of fate were beyond his understanding. He only felt that he could understand every word, but had no idea what they meant together. Stream if you feel. Yeah, I might. Until I feel okay. I'll keep streaming, but If I feel bad at night, I might not do a night stream. I'll let you guys know either way. After Derek thanked Mr. Fool, the hanged man shifted his position slightly and leaned towards him and kicked off Miss Justice's question. What was the exact what was the exact sequence of events? Derek didn't hide anything and replied, Miss Justice, Mr. Hanged Man, and everyone else, I thank you for your concern, and thank you for your suggestion you previously gave. In my 6th exploration I tried, he recounted the actions Enmat Harbor. He recounted the actions that he had. Enmat Harbor, that strange little boy Jack, is really from the Lone Kingdom. In other words, the forsaken land of the gods, where the city of Silver will be, is somehow connected to the north and southern continent in some way. As long as one finds the right place, they'll be able to enter. Red Devil does no things to use. Jesus Christ, Nightwalker, what the fuck? This guy's my mod? Okay, that's that thing about Audrey. What the fuck did Nightwalker say last time? Okay, you know what? Yeah, I warned you that power corrupts people, but you gave it to so many. I disagree. Power does not corrupt. Power makes you more yourself. If you're a good person, power will make you a profoundly good person. If you're a bad person, power will make you a profoundly bad person. It's just that most people are inherently bad. Take away Red's mod roll and give it to me if I lose the deal. Oh, yes. Oh, I see. Yeah, that was fucked. Enmat Harbor was located to the east of Tingen and was one of the most famous seaports in the central region of the Lone Kingdom, together with Pritz Harbor to the south. They supported the resupply of more than half of Backland's goods. There's so much blue. Yeah, exactly. Part of me... Oh. Like, part of me is like, maybe I need to get rid of a couple. There might be too many mods in here. There might be a culling eventually. But I also feel bad taking away power from people when they haven't really, in my mind, they haven't done anything bad enough to warrant me taking it away. Aside from just inherently. So, I don't know. It's hard to... I want to bully some others. Okay, the Spirit Medium Daily had once settled there, and Mr. Z of the Aurora Order seems to be there as well. Read my I even said I will get shunned upon now to hint it's a joke. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying, like, none of you have done anything bad enough in my eyes to warrant me taking it away. So, you know what, we leave it as be. Give them power and give them power in turns. Ah, true. That might actually not be a bad idea. Each person gets to be a mod for 2 streams, then no power for 2 and back and forth. That might actually be good. That might actually not be bad. You keep... They will not forget being ordinary. Yeah, exactly. They'll give them... that's actually that's not a bad idea. Okay, hold on. I have to keep reading. Fuck's sakes. I'm gonna be here for... I'm a high mod. No, not you, Ramiro. You'd keep yours. Yeah, I agree. That's too much work. It's like 4 clicks, Justin. I really don't mind. Maybe for you it would be 2 days on and 4 days off, Milos, if you lose. The chief told me that he recalled some unverified content recorded in some ancient books. Based on the matter that happened in my warning, rumor has it that the Lord that created everything had his attention on this piece of land. He had several angels around him, and there were 8 leaders of angels, powerful beings that were closest to the God's throne. Among them included the Son of God. He suspected that Ammon is the angel of time among the king of angels, and the mural depicted the angel of fate, tail devourer Ouroboros. Let me just make sure I have both of those little tidbits of information in my notes. You know what, I'm just gonna toss that in again in case I don't. Fuck it. Eight kings of angels. The 8 kings of angels who are closest to the Creator's throne? Audrey couldn't help but ask, Mr. Sun, what are the titles of the other 6 kings of angels? The chief didn't say, nor did I dare ask, Derek replied. I really want to know. Audrey subconsciously looked towards the long end of the table, looking at Mr. Fool, hoping to get some answers. She had already decided on the price she was willing to pay. Why are you looking at me? I don't know either, Klein controlled the twitching of his face. Of course, he wasn't completely clueless. He could guess who 2 of the kings of angels were. How? What? The evil spirit in the underground ruin had described the Medici family as one of the founders of the Rose Redemption. According to that mural, the angel of fate, Ouroboros, is likely to be the leader of Rose Redemption. Both basically have equivalent standing, which is to say that the Medici family possessed a king of angels, but it cannot be determined if he has already perished. What do you think the other 6 angels? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. So there's 8 kings of angels. Hold on. What are the... If the Medici family is known as an angel family, it stands to reason the other 7 families would also be angel families that have the king of angels, not just regular angels, but the king of angels. What the fuck is the difference between a king of angel and a regular angel? Couldn't fucking tell you. So, okay. So, okay. So 5 noble families, okay? So Abraham, Antigonus, Ammon, Tamara, Jacob. So these are 5 of the families that would be angel families. So they each have 1 king of angel. Plus the Medici family. That makes 6. I would venture to say Zaratul might be another. And so... That's only the tutor? Yeah, but okay, angel fam. Okay, so that's those. Oh, actually, so I might know all 8. Actually, hold on. Yeah, okay, so that's 5. 6 is the Medici family. That's fine. This is the same fucking X script in 2 different places. Exceeded the 5. There were the Zaratul and Zoroast family. Hold on. So wait. So how does that make any sense? If there's 8 kings of angels, I feel like I'm way past the... I feel like I'm way past 8 because 5 of those... Zaratul, Zoroast, 7. Augustus, Sauron, Einhorn... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Castilla, Andrial, Beria. Like, this is way past 8. Okay, so never mind. I don't fucking know. Never mind. My theory goes out the window. I don't know. Maybe not each of them is a king of angels. I don't fucking know. Okay, never mind. That was a great, useless waste of time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Okay, you know what? Just a heads up. We're gonna stream for another hour and a half. I don't know how fucking far we're gonna get. We're definitely not gonna get to the chapter I wanted to, but we'll get as far as we do, okay? My throat hurts. No need to think too much. You don't have enough information. I was just telling you to guess the titles. King of Fate, King of... So, King of Fate would have... I would have thought would have been like the... would have been the monster pathway. Because they said the monster pathway is in charge of fate. What would Angel of Death is definitely one that comes to mind. Angel of Death is definitely one that comes to mind for me. Angel of Light, maybe also the corresponding thing. That's 2. Didn't think of anything else. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the 2 I can think of off the top of my head. I don't have anything else. Yeah, those 2. Angel of Death, Angel of Light. Angel of Light would be... Angel of Light makes me think... actually, there's enough information. You probably forgot it. Probably did. Angel of Light. Because that's... I feel like that's the name of Michael, right? I feel like that's... I think that's one of the names of Michael. Angel of Death. Angel of Death. What the fuck is the Angel of Death called? Canonically in Christianity. Fuck. I know the name. Oh, I know the name. Oh, someone say it. Someone knows. Okay. Wait, hold on. Azrael. Thank you. The Medici family is suspected to be in control of the Hunter pathway, which is the Red Priest pathway. That King of Angels title should be Red Angel or Angel of War. Azazel. No, I think it's Azrael. Azazel is Azazel is a type of demon. Demon or evil spirit to whom, in the ancient rite of Yom Kippur, a scapegoat was sent, bearing the sins of the Jewish people. Yeah. Yeah, Azazel is a demon. Azrael is the demon. Is the Angel of Death, rather. Oh, Angel of War. I just got here. Has you seen the new? Yes, Caden, I have. I reacted to it at the start of stream. If you want to go all the way back and just watch that, I'm also gonna post the video of it once I'm done though. So whatever works better for you. I will just Angel of War. That is a hard fucking name. Still not as cool as Angel of Death in my book. I feel like that is the hardest fucking name possible. But Angel of War is definitely up there. Okay. Since the Son of God is the King of Angels, Ammon is one of them, being the Angel of Time, then Adam might not be one of them, but I can't confirm his title. Why the fuck would Adam not be one of them? In my book, he would be the... He would definitely be one. As for the other 4 kings of angels, I can't guess who they are. Perhaps there may be one or a few of them inside the Twilight Hermetic Order. It's possible. The Twilight Hermetic Order views the fallen creator as its enemy, making it at odds with the Rose Redemption, which worships that evil god. Perhaps its true origin comes from those few kings of angels. Angel of Death is overused in media. Angel of War is a lot more unique. True, true. Mistranslation, Adam might be one. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, dude, why the fuck would Adam not be one of them? They're shown as equals. They're shown as like both sons of God. Right. There's indirect evidence which isn't substantial enough. According to the legends of the City of Silver, the authority of the Dragon of Imagination, Ankh-Volt, was taken by the Creator. Logically speaking, it's not impossible for the Lord that created everything to give a portion of his authority to a king of angels by his throne. And from the description and guesses from Roselle's diary, the Twilight Hermetic Order likely has a spectator which has the strength at the level of an angel in the visionary pathway or even higher. The two can form a correspondence. Hermes is a person who has experienced that piece of history, and these thoughts flashed through Klein's mind as he smiled and said, "You will come into contact with it in the future." When I figure it out, I'll sell you the information, he added. I have a sequence 2 in my fanfic called Angel of Nightmares. Oh, that is good. Seeing that the fool had no intention of answering, Audrey looked away, motioning for the son to continue his story. Alger had a bold idea. The history before the Cataclysm can no longer be referenced. At the end of the Third Epoch and the beginning of the Fourth, there are only 6 Orthodox gods. Together with Ammon and the Tail Devourer, aren't there 8? They had benefited from the death of the Creator and succeeded in advancing to sequence 0? I also have Sky Angel? Bro selling them breadcrumbs? Not even that. He's actually way worse than that. He's giving them the idea to buy breadcrumbs, and then when they come to him, he says, "Oh, I'll give it to you when you really want it," which really means I don't have it right now. And then when he gets it, he'll sell it to them at a premium. He's way worse than just selling them breadcrumbs. He's creating the demand and then jacking up the price by making them wait. For a moment, Alder felt that his thoughts were blasphemous actions that could be punished by fire, but he was also unable to contain his excitement. Emmeline could only respond with a blank look towards all of this. For all of this, Emmeline could only... Okay, it says that twice. Why would you bother? Although the Sanguine had a long history and lifespan, so they knew quite a bit about the history of the Cataclysms, they were all concentrated before the ancestor fell asleep, and it didn't involve the so-called Kings of Angels. Such a good businessman. While Derek was recounting the details of the City of Silver, Chief Colin destroyed the repeated cycles of fate. It can be roughly confirmed that the Tail Devourer, or Ouroboros, is the Sequence 1 Snake of Mercury of the Monster Pathway. All the Kings of Angels correspond to Sequence 1s? True, but it's not... The reason I would say they're Kings of Angels and not just angels is probably that they're literal sons of the true Creator. And as such, he not only gave them the power of a Sequence 1 of the pathways, he also gave them a... like a little bit more than, he gave them like 150% of a Sequence 1, if that makes sense. Not, so like, maybe that looks like he gave them the power of, angels might be Sequence 1, Sequence 2s, true, but Kings of Angels wouldn't make any sense for them to be Sequence 2, that'd be pretty stupid. I mean, it could be, but, So maybe he gave them like a son, maybe he gave them like a Sequence 1 power and then like 2 Sequence 2 powers or something, you know what I mean? So, give them a little more oomph than a regular Sequence 1, if that's the case. Could it be that Angel of Fate is the one pursuing Will Osepton? If he is, that means the true Creator's forces You think it's a Nepo position? I think so. You know, why not? If he is, that means the true creator's forces in Backland aren't limited to Mr. A and his subordinates. However, the two snakes of Mercury are fighting for the position of Sequence 0, to the point of draining all of the Tail Devourer's strength. Read what Alger said again, I don't think you understood. Yes, give me one second. He should be fully occupied and cannot spare time for this. Hold on. The history before the cataclysm can no longer be referenced. Why not? What? Why not? Am I missing something? At the end of the third epoch and the beginning of the fourth, there are only 6 orthodox deities, together with Amon and the Tail Devourer. Aren't there 8? But Amon and the Tail Devourer aren't gods, they're just angels. Is he just getting confused? They benefited from the death of the creator and succeeded in advancing to Sequence 0. Who is they? Is they Amon and Tailed and Okay, sounds good, Milosh. Deities means God. Yes, I know that, Nightwalker. Oh. They're saying, Alder is thinking that the 8 kings of angels work together to kill their father, the true creator, and then became gods. And then made up the stories of what happened in the past. I see. Oh, okay. Oh, that's why he's saying it's blasphemous thoughts, because he's saying like, oh, my gods just are straight up fucking lying to us. Oh, I see. That's why it's blasphemy. Oh, makes sense. Okay, thank you. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, I don't agree with his theory. Maybe? Fuck, the more I think of this. Fuck, the more I think, the more sense it makes. Because my immediate instinct was to say, Alder, please don't say true creator, it's not the true creator. The original creator? Is that it? I was confused. Then Adam will need to be one of the 7 deities. Yeah, but then why the fuck is Amon still here? Because he's a high sequence beyonder. But he's still human. He's not a god. He might be a demigod. You keep mixing up the true creator. Yeah, dude. True creator having sons all over. Okay. Like EBS and Lord of Storm might actually be Adam. The ancient sun god or the omniscient. Wait, hold on. So the creator they're referring to is synonymous with ASG? Is that right? Sorry, maybe that should be obvious now that you say it, because I know ASG also died in the. Oh, okay, we can just ASG. Okay, we can just call him that. Bro, I didn't connect those dots. I thought those were 2 different beings. Oh no, cooked. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we are not getting through fucking 6 more chapters. We're cooked. That's the creator for the people. Oh, okay. Because I have it in my notes that ASG died in the City of Silver, because I even made a theory that, like, maybe because he died there and he was called the ancient sun god, that's why the sun doesn't exist there. But I didn't even. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, thank you. That actually makes it a lot easier for me to keep the true creator and this creator separate in my head. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, now I can keep them separate that way. Could the angel of fate be the one pursuing Will Ossepton? If he is, that means that the true creator's forces in Backland aren't limited to Mr. A and his subordinates. However, the two snakes of Mercury are fighting for the position of Sequence 0, to the point of draining all of the Tail Devourer's Tail Devourer's strength. He should be fully occupied and cannot spare time for this. Okay, that would make sense, but then I would make the guess that the Tail Devourer already has the strength of 2 Sequence 1s, because you need to get all 3. You even theorized that Amon was Bard Pathway once? Yes, I did. Yes. Because his family is said to have descended from that. His body's... Oh my god, his family is said to have descended from the Ancient Sun God, because the Ancient Sun God is the original creator, and he, as a king of angel, is the son of the original creator. Oh, okay. See, like, that little... See, it's like the slightest tidbit of information that'll slot in, and it'll make, like, everything fall in line with domino pieces. Oh, okay, thank you. See, like, that was, like, such a small piece of info I didn't have. And it was fucking up every time. It was fucking me up every time I read the creator. Okay, that helps enormously. Thank you. Of course, I can't eliminate the possibility that Will Ossepton is equivalent to Ouroboros. However, the chances aren't high. Rose Redemption has quite a number of demigods and even angels. There's no need to let the Tail Devourer restart his life as an ordinary person without protection. There's another possibility. The 2 snakes of Mercury in Backland aren't the Angel of Fate. The latter is still active in the Forsaken Land of the Gods. That way, all 3 snakes of Mercury are accounted for. That's also a possibility. That's why notes are necessary. Dude, unironically. Okay. Let me write that in my notes. I shouldn't forget it now because it slots in so neatly, but I will write it down anyway. Original creator is equal to ASG. Not for me, though. I have a great memory. Okay. You know, you can just say a thing without having to praise yourself at the end, Nightwalker. God, this fucking guy. After finishing his recount of how they escaped the cycle, Derek expressed his gratitude again. As for Audrey and company, despite listening to the repeated events a second time, it left them shivering down to their bones. No original... Oh, sorry, the omnipotent, omniscient creator. Fine. God, this is so fucked. Why are there so many creators? Not original creator, creator of the City of Salt. Okay, hold on. I may have just accidentally stumbled onto something, and this might just be very fucking wrong, because Dr. Z already corrected me on this, so I might just be straight up wrong. But since we're here, why not? But since we're here, let's just do this. I just stumbled upon this, and this might just be wrong, right? So I want to be clear. I don't have any strong conviction of this right now. That being said, still worth a talk, okay? Maybe if nothing else, just to clear my ideas, okay? So we have omniscient, omnipotent creator, or double OG, right? He is equivalent to ASG. I'm gonna put my L's in early. Fuck you, devil. Okay. And then we have the original creator, the OC, okay? The OC is from the myth that says, like, this guy fucking died. I don't even know how, but he fucking died. And then his eyes became one thing, his fucking, you know, whatever became one. I have the myth written down somewhere, but... Right? Okay. You know what? You guys know. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. You guys fucking know, right? And then from him came the gods. So from him came, you know, Evernight. From him came Lord of Storm. Whatever. Okay. Now we're saying the triple OG had 8 kings, angel kings, AKs. Okay, that's not a great acronym, but that's what the Nighthawks say. Sure, yeah, granted that it's just a myth. No problem. I'll grant you that. I don't see why this and this can't be equivalent. This is just the name they have for him in the City of Silver, and this is the name they have for him in the main continent. Either way, this person fucking died. Now, whether you want to say, whether according to the main continent where... Wait, hold on. Well, creator of City of Silver is said to be the reawakening of the original creator by the City of Silver people. Hold on. So according to the City of Silver, original creator fucking dies. Okay? He then resurrects into this guy. And then you're telling me this guy fucking dies too? Is that the canonical order that we currently know? Is that what you guys are telling me? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so first, the original creator, maker of the universe, creator of the stars and the moon, fucking dies. Okay. And then he comes back. He's like, oh shit, like, you know, I was off my guard, okay? We got it. And then he fucking dies again. That's the theory. Hold on. Okay, no, that's fucking stupid. Bullshit. I disagree. I don't know how, but somehow these are the same person. There's no original death and no recreation. That's stupid, okay? That's inconceivable to me, that a god dies, is like, gets his second win, comes back and is like, okay, no, like, you guys forget, I'm the fucking G, okay? And then he comes back and dies again. There's no fucking shot. That's what we're going with. That's insane, okay? No. So I don't know how, but these two are the same person. There's no fucking shot. If that's the history of this world, I'm gonna be so disappointed. God dies, comes back, dies again. No, they're somehow the same. Read what the fuck did you say? We don't know if ASG is dead or not. ASG's fucking dead, bro. ASG's fucking dead. Okay. ASG is dead as can be. I'm telling you. My intuition says so. I can do a damn divination for it if you want me to, okay? No, not that. Okay. Okay, I really have to start reading. Okay, we're actually fucking drinking the. We're actually drinking the fucking Staller potion today. What the fuck, bro? Just yapping. We've been streaming for 2 hours, and I've gotten through like 4 chapters. This is crazy. This is beyond my knowledge of Beyonder powers. It's all thanks to the help Mr. Fool gave, Audrey sincerely praised. Alder and the others had a similar thought. They all thought that the repeated cycle of life was close to a miracle that could only be destroyed by a deity. Read Amnesiac. It is never said if the original creator died as well. It's just said that his body became the world, the gods. Well, okay, you're now giving me a ship of Theseus argument, bro. I'm not getting into like, is the original creator still the original creator if his original parts leave and become their own individual thing? I don't fucking know. Maybe. That's crazy. I don't know. Like, you're giving me a ship of Theseus argument that I'm too sick to try to coherently engage right now. Shit, if I'm completely honest, the ship of Theseus argument I could engage when I'm completely in 100% okay and not be able to get a coherent answer out of. That shit's fucked. At that moment, Derek looked opposite and sincerely said, Miss Magician, due to some unexpected circumstances on our return to the City of Silver, despite having it be resolved, we have slowed down. This will prevent us from returning to the City of Silver on time. Your Spirit Eater's stomach pouch will require another day or two. Yes, I believe I'm no longer under surveillance. No problem. I can wait. I've prepared enough gold, Forrest said. She had sold the mirror dragon eyes to Miss Justice and received £1,000. Not the same ship, bro. Maybe. I don't know. After informing her teacher, Dorian, of the exact results... her honesty had been praised and approved. Dorian told her that the £800 offer she had made in order to had been made in order to give her £100 in labor fees. As such, the 200 extra would be a bonus for her. Dude, what a go, Dorian! He was already going to give her £100, and now she gets £300 based. Together with her original savings, she was now at £650, which was enough to buy the stomach pouch of the Spirit Eater. It is the same ship, not the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I'm not engaging in this right now. I can't. Like, I'm mentally incapable of it right now. I'm like... As soon as I get sick, I'm like 20 IQ points dumber than normal. It will take me at least 2 weeks to digest the rest of the potion, but I'm not in a hurry. Forrest then looked at Mr. Hankman and said, There's news of your dragon-eyed sea condor. You require £2,200. Dorian had given a reference point of 2,000. On one hand, Forrest had allowed room for bargaining, and on the other, she wished to earn more. 2,200. Alder couldn't help but frown. Dude, Alder's getting fucked. On one hand, he was like, you got asked £3,000 for one ingredient, £2,200 for the other. This is crazy. His financial situation wasn't looking good after he purchased the wind-blessed potion formula. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Although he still had some secret savings, they were either of use elsewhere or they hadn't been able to find a buyer in a long time. He secretly let out a sigh and said, Very well, but I'll need some time to collect the funds. In addition, yours is too expensive. I can get it for cheaper. 1,900 is the highest I can go. No. 2,000. That's the bottom line, Forrest replied. Alder immediately nodded. Deal. Forrest was stunned. After listening to the side and witnessing the conclusion of the deal, Emlyn asked, Ladies and gentlemen, does anyone know if how a sanguine can improve their strength without relying on the bestowment of his elders? As soon as he finished speaking, he felt numerous gazes land on him. Sanguine? Is that the vampire of legend? Audrey's eyes sparkled. As a novelist, Forrest had all sorts of beautiful and exotic fantasies of the sanguine, and her eyes were just as bright. Sanguine? Alder was taken aback. A vampire hiding in the darkness? covered in pus, moving like the wind. Derek couldn't help but look sideways to size up Emlyn. Sanguine? The world was late by a second before giving a normal, necessary response. And the world is just a little slow on the uptake. Beyonders yearly spending rivals OnlyFans supporters? True! Derek activated his racism. Technically, it wouldn't be racism. It'd be speciesism, I guess. I don't fucking know. Being scared of a second species is totally fair. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I just need to fill up some water. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. Alright, we're back. Okay. The moment he was being stared at, Emlyn was at a loss, vaguely aware that he had said something he shouldn't have. Why are you looking at me like that? Can't I have a sanguine friend? Should I try to explain? No. What's wrong with being a sanguine? I'm a sanguine. There's nothing wrong with that. Us sanguine have a long history, long lives, and rich heritage. It is a lofty race. None of you are especially amazing either. What was just traded was only a sequence 6 item at best. Emlyn then raised his chin and proudly said, "Yes, I am a pure sanguine." No one asked him if he was. Mr. Moon is lacking some self-confidence, Audrey read. He really is a sanguine, Forrest asked out of curiosity. Mr. Moon, do the sanguine mimic humans and give aristocratic titles like Duke, Viscount, Earl, Baron to label different powerhouses or standing? No, it's you humans who have mimicked us. Long before the Cataclysm, long before the Second Epoch, our sanguine already had these titles. Those who had yet to fully control their powers are underage. As for me, I'm considered an adult. Going one step further, one will gain the title of Baron, and the progression leads all the way to Duke. Above Duke would be positions such as Queen, Prince. Queen and Prince. Back then, you humans were still under the rule of the Giant King's court, so it was impossible for you to invent such titles. At that moment, Derek blurted out, "There are no such records." The categorization of the sanguine was determined by the appearance of the blasphemy slate. Ain't no way bro is considered an adult. Let's be honest, we've all met some childish adults. He's considered an adult, but like hey, you're physically an adult, but let's be honest, you have some stuff to work out. The history of our sorry. Prior to that, it was very vague and ambiguous. There were only such titles, such as different family clans, heads or leaders of a territory. Standing atop is the ancestor Lilith. After that, it strictly followed the potion system, named after different sequences. Emlyn replied scornfully, "The history of our sanguine was written with our long lives. It's not something that can be overturned by random records of some small ordinary city of silver." Wait, they keep mentioning the city. Where is it? Why haven't I heard of it? Our city of silver doesn't make up history. Our records come from ancient books that can be verified or from the ruins of other cities, Derek emphasized. I'm not as narcissistic as him. I'm better and kind, humble person. If no one stops them, then I think they can argue about this matter until the end of the gathering. At that moment, Aldru interrupted. "I know how to raise the strength of a sanguine. Mr. Hankman, what payment do you need? I can use some of the lost history of the sanguine in exchange." Aldru revealed a smile. "No, we're all members of the Tarot Club. This kind of information can be exchanged for free." Mr. Hankman sure is a generous, noble man. Thank you for your goodwill. Are we seeing the growth of the Hanged Man as a kinder person? Because the start of the gathering, Hanged Man would have never given anything away for free. After thinking for 2 seconds, Alder said, "The sanguine can also consume potions to advance, but it has to be in correspondence, the correct type. The various churches have done a certain amount of experimentation, and the results have proven this method is feasible, but I'm unable to find out all the details." "But the main ingredient are from my kinsmen," Emlyn denied. "Never deal with absolutes," the Hanged Man laughed. "I know he's been very nice to the son. I always thought that was because he saw that the son was like a kid, and he felt bad, kind of being skeezy to him. But like he's even doing it to Emlyn, who's kind of a dick. Like you could take advantage of him with impunity. I wouldn't even judge you for it. I'd be like, he probably deserved it. Fuck him." Right? Like, I'm a bad person. Don't get me wrong, but never deal with absolutes. For example, I have a clue about the characteristic left behind by a sanguine baron. He died in a sudden conflict and didn't have time to find a successor. As for you, you can use the potion method to receive this inheritance and prevent the power of the sanguine from being lost. This item was owned by a great pirate that Alger knew. As he didn't know what sequence the potion corresponded to, he hadn't been able to sell it. Even his newly established artisan source wasn't interested. Use potions to inherit an inheritance? "What's the price?" he asked. Alger chuckled. "Between £4,000 and £5,000. I won't know for sure until I find the owner." £5,000? Emlyn exclaimed. "With such a large sum of money, I can buy a few puppets that I've been eyeing for a long time, and even get some new clothes for my dolls." Emlyn's first reaction was to give up such a transaction. However, he thought of the ancestors' favor on him, the glory of the sanguine, and Alger didn't rush him and said, "I know this is a difficult decision. You can take your time to think about it." "All right," Emlyn breathed. Okay. Hold on, I think. Okay, we should be back. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, it's back. Okay, sorry. I don't even know why my OBS didn't even give me a reason why it crashed. It just said OBS just said disconnected. I was like, why? Meh. God, what the fuck? Okay, I think we should be okay now. Okay. Oh, I thought my internet. Yeah, I thought my internet died. Where did it? I don't. I think I caught it immediately, but where did it cut out for you guys? It was repeating. Okay. Um. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I thought it's the problem. Okay. Alder didn't rush him and said, "I know this is a difficult decision. You can take your time to think about it." All right. Emlyn breathed a sigh of relief. Okay. I think we'll finish this chapter and then we'll look at the art because apparently there's a ton of it. And then we'll leave it there for today, or at least for now. Hopefully I'm feeling better in the afternoon, but afternoon stream is tenuous, okay? And I also don't want to push my OBS too far. Okay. Audrey then turned to the members and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any news regarding the fruit of the Tree of Elders and the blood of a mirror dragon?" "Yes," Emlyn replied. "The price of the fruit of the Tree of Elder is between 600 and 700 pounds. The blood of a mirror dragon doesn't exceed 100 pounds. I don't remember the exact amount." He quoted her the original price and frankly added, "But you'll have to pay me an extra 50, no, 100 pounds. I'll have to take on a risk and waste my time. Whatever you do, don't make your throat worse. It's hell on earth." I don't get throat ulcers like you, Ramiro. I'll be okay. But I appreciate the concern. Are you feeling better, by the way? This is what Emlyn learned from Sherlock. He felt that it was good and reasonable because a middleman needed to be paid. Dude, this is so good. This is exactly what I said. Emlyn, as a member of the Tarot Club, would be able to provide so many ingredients that everyone else would find so difficult. He would make money, he could get stronger himself, and everyone else gets the ability to improve way faster. Because now they don't have to wait nearly as long for ingredients. "I'm indeed feeling better. I can drink water with only slight pain now." Oh, Jesus Christ, that is... "Deal," Audrey said. She knew such matters could still be negotiated, but didn't think it was necessary. "To me, the most important thing is to advance. Emperor Roselle said that any problem can be solved with money. Or that can be solved with money isn't a problem," Audrey said. "Nightwalker, I'm not a fucking... dude, I'm not a fucking, dictator. You can make jokes. Well, I guess technically I am a dictator because I wield and give power. But, like, I'm not a tyrant, okay?" After the New Year ball, she had received control of her fortune, worth 40,000 pounds. She just needed to hire some accountants and management staff sent by her father. At the same time, she received gifts of more than 20,000 pounds. Most of them came from her mother, her brothers, and some other members of the family. As for cash, she didn't have much, only 5,000 pounds. Her contribution to the Backlands' Great Haze had turned into Earl Hall's political resource, by her own request to be kept anonymous, so there was no reward. For this, the great aristocratic banker offered to pay for any expenses his little angel had in the field of mysticism. Any expenses? Oh, she's gonna abuse the fuck out of that. Did the racist brother send a slave? Okay, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but fuck, that is funny. Of course, Audrey didn't dare reveal her intention to aim for Sequence 7. She could still only use her pocket savings and money. What the fuck? No. Tell him. Tell him you want to become a god. Fuck it. Be like, "Father, think about all the money we could make once I attain godhood." The chat on screen is stuck. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Father, I crave divinity. Yes, weird. she knows some way to money launder, so they don't know. Yeah, exactly. You just say like, "Oh, father, someone wants to sell me information of what some important thing that's gonna happen in Backland, but I need £40,000 for it." Well, I mean, not that much, but like a lot of money for it. He'll be like, "Okay, my sweet little angel, as long as it saves the city and gives me political capital, pays for it." In secret, she got the money for free from the fool, and now she can buy ingredients. Boom. Um, well, I'll be able to pay off my debt to Glate by this month. Next month, I can pay the £2,000 to Mr. Fool's Blessed. I won't be tight at all. Very rich. Emlyn almost failed to react before saying, "How do we complete the deal?" Audrey explained with a smile, "By making a sacrifice to Mr. Fool." She was very proactive in obtaining the fool's consent, conjuring the corresponding ritual requirements. When Emlyn only received 2 goatskin parchments, he stared at them in daze. The way they traded was beyond his imagination. Only then did he deeply understand how the Tarot Club was different from a normal organization. You have no fucking idea, dude. Watching the first time Emlyn probably sees the angel, which he's gonna see eventually, he's gonna be out of his fucking mind. Watching the transaction between the members, Klein was very pleased. This was because of the passage of time. The channels and resources that were open to the Tarot Club would continue to increase. Everyone's goals and items would be simpler to obtain than in the past. It would no longer be in a state of having no response when making requests. True. She needs some way to... the one person that doesn't need an infinite money glitch already has an infinite money... Exactly. The rich get richer. I saw this, I'm not a, like, I want to be clear, I'm not like a anti, I'm super capitalist, whatever, but, I saw this short yesterday, and it was like, the only minority you need to be scared of is the rich. If they could, they would wear a Birkin bag made from your skin. I was like, fuck, that is, I mean, maybe. When he sees the angel, he's gonna be like, "Ah, my eyes," because he isn't used to sunlight. Oh, true. Miss Justice represents the psychology alchemists, the lone aristocrats, and the power of money. The Hanged Man represents the Church of Storm and the resources at sea. The Sun represents the forbidden land of gods. Miss Magician represents low and mid-sequence beyonders in Backland and the Abraham family. The Moon represents the Sanguine. All of them will perfect the Tarot Club's trading resources, and they're all about to advance. The world then said in a hoarse voice, "I believe I have a clue to a characteristic left behind by a psychiatrist. Miss Justice, would you have any need for it?" Of course, Audrey hardly hesitated. Klein hadn't chosen to snatch Emlyn's business because he knew Miss Justice also reared a pet of the same pathway. He wasn't afraid that there wouldn't be any demand. Audrey already has the the formula for a psychiatrist. She just needs the ingredients and to digest her potion, right? Her idea was simple. If met with an enemy attack, it might not be enough to rely on herself to provide a surprise. Adding on Susie would be even more surprising. Yeah, that would definitely be a surprise. You know, the Beyonder starts getting ready to fight Audrey and basically kill her because she has no fighting powers. And then Susie opens the door and goes, "Hey, bitch." And the Beyonder is just stuck in a daze. Like, what the fuck happened? When will the stream with Easy be? I think originally we both intended for it to be today. If I'm honest though, my throat hurts a lot. So I may ask him like if he's free sometime on the weekend to delay it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, my throat just is killing me. I can't. Good Lord. So probably the weekend, Adam. Saturday or Sunday. It's okay. Yeah. I just, because the problem is like after, I'm actually having a stroke, sorry. After yesterday's stream, which was like 5.5, maybe close to 6 hours, I didn't talk to anyone. I couldn't talk. I was just like I was mute for the rest of the night. It was fucked. So I really don't want to push it too hard if I don't have to. Who wanna bet that Susie will get time, space, face on? Yeah, dude, Susie actually becomes the god of this pathway. You know, the next time someone prays to the god of this pathway, they just hear woof woof, and they're like, "What the fuck is happening?" Dude, my fucking mouse is killing me. I don't know. It'll just stutter occasionally. What the fuck? Like, now it'll be fine, but... Okay. Audrey was under no psychological pressure. This will take a certain amount of time. Perhaps a month, or even 2, the world added. No problem. Audrey was under no pressure. She knew that Susie hadn't finished digesting this telepathist potion. We decided for you to not go to the art channel till next stream because we didn't get much Gearman stuff. Yeah, sorry, Miro. Okay, yeah, we'll do a next stream. Sorry, bud. As long as this deal closes, I hope I can release the psychiatrist as soon as possible. Miss Justice didn't seem to ask about the price. To her, with the full supervision, the price wouldn't be too outrageous. She would accept it as long as it isn't too outrageous. Her finances have improved a lot recently. Are you interested in in helping me sell an item? The price isn't less than £3,500, and you'll be given a 15% commission. He said to the hanged man. Pleasure to work with you. What item is it? He was rather curious about the world. He felt that the other party knew a lot, but had no lack of good things. Because art is still there. We're placing. Yeah, I won't. Besides, okay? Realistically, I'm so curious. There isn't a spoiler in there, right? It's just like it's how Gehrman looks, and bro, I know how Klein looks, and I mean, yeah, it'll tell me that he has facial hair or that he doesn't or whatever. But like, that's not like a. The only spoilers I care about are story based. Like, I care. No, okay, fine, bro. Okay, no, okay, no, okay, never mind. Damn. No, it's how he acts. I see. Okay. They are story based. Okay. A characteristic left behind by a Beyonder that is equal to a sequence 6. The main purpose is to allow a person to change their appearance and build. There's additional powers such as close combat and control over fire. The world chuckled. Changing appearances and build? I really want it. Audrey and Forrest had the same idea. It kind of spoils his vibe. Okay, cool. Does he have the same vibe as Gehrman from Bloodborne? He's just on a wheelchair. Mr. Hanged Man, can I pre-order the mystical items produced by the artisan using this characteristic? As long as the effect of changing one's appearance remains? Father will definitely agree to me buying a mystical item that has tolerable side effects, Audrey added. Disabled art goes different trust. No, you won't. Nice. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I did 5. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. How about we do 488 and then we'll leave it there. Okay, that'll be 5. That'll be 6 chapters. That'll be 6 chapters, and then we can do art at the end. Okay, we'll do that. All the same, this is also still the. This is still in the Tarot Club, so I still won't go to that art channel, but we'll do 6. 6 is like a good number. Fuck, I really wanted to get to 500 today. That's not gonna happen. Oh well. Shit happens. Pre-ordering a mystical item? Alger was stunned. The limits of his mind were widened. He felt that there was room for exploration. In a particular sense, the Beyonder characteristic the world has entrusted to me has been sold. There's a definitive destination to the item. I can easily simplify the process and make things benefit me more easily. That is to say, I don't have to sell it to the artisan again. Instead, I should choose to entrust the work. This way, I won't have to worry about whether the characteristic can be sold. I can receive the commission from the world and also get more profit from Miss Justice. The only capital I need is to put up the fabrication fee for entrusting the job. That's cool. Should have taken a longer break after the end of Volume 2. I took such a long break in between when it wasn't strictly speaking a break. I had a lot of shit going on. But like in terms of reading, I know the longer I take in between reads, the more stuff I'll miss, the more like minute stuff that I should pick up on, that I would pick up on if I'm in like good form, I won't, and that really bothers me. When Dr. Z or you guys will say like, hey, don't you remember this from whatever chapter? And I don't remember it. It frustrates the shit out of me because I know I should remember it, I just don't, and that's really annoying. Alder trying to money max? True, he's finally believing in the fool. No problem, I'll take care of this matter. He looked at Miss Justice. Even after joining the Church's storm and drifting at sea, he had never encountered someone like that anywhere else. There were plenty of sea merchants and even more wealthy people, but none of them really didn't care about money. For a moment, he wanted to speak out to urge her to pay the £2,000 she owed to his blessed as soon as possible, but considering that he had already agreed to Miss Justice to postpone her payments, he only kept silent so as to not ruin the image of the fool. At the very least, the money for the Faceless Beyonder characteristic will be available soon. The speed only depends on how the Hanged Man contacts the artisan and the speed at which the artisan can produce the item. Unfortunately, I can only rely on the Hanged Man to contact an artisan for the time being. Otherwise, I can directly sell the special characteristic to Miss Justice without having to pay a commission. After finalizing the deal, Alder heaved a sigh of relief, feeling his financial situation had slowly improved. Well, yeah, because he just made like a good chunk of money there. He just made like near £500. After thinking for a few seconds, he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, which of you has a way to make everyone on board on a ship sleep at the same time?" The reason why Alder still hadn't gone to that primitive island to hunt down the Blue Shadow Falcon was that he hadn't thought of a method of leaving the Blue Avenger, as well as the 10 or so sailors on crew, without garnering suspicion. Let everyone fall asleep? First thing Klein thought of was the biological poison bottle, but it was completely uncontrollable, so that wasn't good. Why the fuck would he think of the poison bottle? He would just kill all of his members. Nightwalker, I've reacted to it. I just need to post it. I will do that at the end of the stream. So it'll be live in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Why doesn't he just make that crimson sleepy potion or sleepy fucking artifact thingamajig again? Not artifact. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Then you remember the nightmare soul and creeping hunger, making people fall into a deep sleep and dragging them into dreams was specialty of this Beyonder. But the problem lies in the fact that a nightmare is unable to make many people fall asleep at the same time. TikTok banned? Like they what? Like they banned that? Like they banned that video or what? The limit to its influence doesn't exceed 10. To satisfy Mr. Hangedman's request, it needs to be a sequence 5 of the corresponding pathway, or even that of a demigod. Everyone shook their head no, except Emlyn, who said, "I can help you ask. Perhaps the Sanguine have some mystical items that can help." Always sing us sanguine. In the future, I can convince him by targeting this angle. Alger noticed. I'll have to trouble you. I know I was the one who persuaded you to react to that trailer. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I can't prove I'm not a robot? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Seeing that the transaction was coming to an end, Klein quickly got the world to bring up his latest necessity. Everyone, help me keep an eye out for the remnant spirituality of an ancient wraith and a pair of eyes from a six-eyed gargoyle. Other than that, the supplementary ingredients weren't hard to purchase. He didn't think it was necessary to go through the Tarot Club. Alright, Derek was the first to respond. Mr. World, the method for removing the mental corruption for a Beyonder characteristic will still need some time. I should be able to advance to a sequence 7 soon. Mr. Hanged Man, once I return to the City of Silver, I'll make a list of the commonly seen monsters in the vicinity. No problem, the World replied. Klein really wasn't in a hurry. He hadn't finished concluding his faceless principles, and his digestion of the... Okay. Okay. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. Well, yeah, I don't know why. My OBS is just having a stroke. I couldn't tell you. Literally, it doesn't tell me why. It just goes down and then immediately reconnects. Like, therefore, his plan wasn't to head straight for the Gargus archipelago. Instead, he would act as an adventurer and travel as he worked his way through the colonial islands. From time to time, he would change his identity and experience life in order to extract faceless principles. Oh, that's really cool. So he won't just stay Gehrman the entire time. He might change several times in between. Cool. During this process, he would inquire about mermaids in detail. After knowing that the Church of the Goddess reared such creatures and that they possessed high-sequence potion formulas of the seer pathway, Klein kept feeling worried about traps placed against every faceless in the Gargus archipelago. In other words, Klein had to spend 2 or 3 months or more time traveling and adventuring the sea. This long period of time was long enough for the son to obtain the potion formula, gather the ingredients, and ascend to sequence 7. And the conclusion of the transaction portion of the gathering, the members entered a period of free communication. Audrey didn't disappoint the Hanged Man's expectations by standing up and raising the ends of her skirt and bowing. Honorable Mr. Fool, I would like to know the hidden truth behind Backland's great smog. Is it purely a result of those cultists' bid to awaken the primordial demoness and allow the true creator's descent? Why did the Prince Edisac choose to cooperate with them? According to your principle of equivalence exchange that was sent to you, what do I need to pay to obtain the relevant information? There's no need. The root of the problem hasn't been discovered yet, but there are enough clues. I hope the members of the 3 churches aren't too stupid. The root of the problem hasn't been discovered yet? The Mr. Fool's Blessed only has a certain amount of clues? Thank you for your answer. Is Backland still in danger? Forrest asked. After Miss Justice sat down, Klein controlled the world to say, Mr. Hanged Man, I discovered the Balon person you mentioned. Balon, who was involved in the escape of many slaves from colonial islands? Replied the Hanged Man. Yes. Reddish-brown skin, of southern continent descent, Backland accent, and a 3rd tooth on his left was fake. This was the mission of the Church of Sorry. It should be him, Alder replied. Where is he? What's his present identity? Also, Mr. World, do you want to receive £100 directly, or an item of equivalent worth? This was the mission of the Church of Storm, and purchasing clues was a reimbursable act. Therefore, the Hanged Man wasn't pressured at all. £100 in cash, the World said. Balin is in Backland. He was seen meeting a member of MI9 who was loyal to the royal family. I don't know who it was exactly, but it was because he was wearing a mask. A member of MI9? Loyal to the royal family? As the hangman ruminated over the words, he remembered Miss Justice saying, "Why is Prince Adisak working with the Aurora Order and Demoness sect? It also points to the royal family. Could the two cases be one and the same? The truth behind all this involves the disappearance of the slaves. You really are a well-informed and connected person. The £100 in cash will be paid to you tomorrow." The world laughed and said, the world laughed and turned to the son. "Kid, do you know ancient Hermes?" Derek didn't try to hide. "I've heard of the Hermes language, but the City of Silver doesn't have that kind of knowledge." During the Second Epoch, there was no distinction between Hermes and ancient Hermes. It was only used sometime during the Fourth Epoch that ancient Hermes was simplified, making it easier to be used. However, it no longer had a strong and direct effect on rituals. That is to say, the Hermes spoken by the little son is equal to the ancient Hermes. A pity. I wanted to ask you for a favor. At this moment, Audrey remembered something. She intended to communicate directly, but after looking at the new member, she felt that she didn't understand him too well, so she asked, "Honorable Mr. Fool, I have something to report to you." "What is it?" "I got some information from the psychology alchemists. The important thing is that they were founded after excavating the ruins of Hermes, who was the master who created ancient Hermes." The ruins of Hermes? This gentleman was still alive 100 or 200 years ago. Had he deliberately guided the psychology alchemist to discover the relics? The plot is definitely chickening, yes. Or had he perished in the Roselle incident? Klein was too stunned to speak. After deliberating for a moment, he smiled and said, "Hermes is a member of the Twilight Hermit Order." He didn't mention that Hermes could still be alive because it was impossible to confirm. Hermes is a member of the Twilight Hermit Order? The psychology alchemists might have something to do with this mysterious organization? Audrey was stunned. Fortunately, I have the Tarot Club and Mr. Fool backing me, otherwise I would have no way of knowing and to guard against it. At this moment, Klein wanted to comfort Miss Justice so that she wouldn't be too distressed. Maturing didn't mean that she had given up her positive moods and smiles. It wouldn't affect her ability to take things seriously and would help her persevere for a longer period of time. However, after considering, in order to maintain his image as the fool, he gave up this advice he had gained from being a former clown. He removed the isolation barrier around the other members, waiting to end the exchange and the end of the tarot gathering. Alrighty, 488. We will leave it there. I'm just gonna change the title because otherwise I will forget. And I'm gonna be, yeah. Alright. Art time. Wait, no art time, right? No art time. Never mind. No art. Alright, yeah. Never mind. Okay. Beware of chicken? What? This is so good. Yes, I was excited for our time. I'm not gonna lie. But it's okay. Good things come to those who wait. No problem. Beware of chicken. What the actual fuck is this? Okay. All that being said, I think we will leave it there. Okay, I think we will leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for another fantastic stream. If you're new here, consider joining our Discord. I'll try to give you guys heads up for when I'm going live, and I also ask more questions about my theories and stuff, because I get confused, as you probably saw this stream. I was probably more confused than normal this stream, but in general, yeah, I ask a lot of questions. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day or nights, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm gonna upload the reaction to the new trailer in like a little bit. So if you missed it, keep an eye out for it. Is the Tarot Gathering? Oh, yes, the Tarot Gathering was over, Adam. All right, that's it. Thank you, everyone.